I can read minds. I know exactly why you clicked on this video. You want to learn how to make perfect honeycomb. Well, I'm about to show you. Cue the intro. Hello and welcome back to Simon's Bacon Isolation Inspiration. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Bonjour, guten tag, hola, and a konnichiwa. We're a baking show where we don't take it too seriously and we have fuzzy and good fun while we bake. Now today we are making honeycomb. Now I know exactly what you're thinking at home. Simon, honeycomb, that's proper easy to make, isn't it? Well, you are seriously wrong. Honeycomb is proper tricky, but with a few little tips and a few little hints from me, you'll be able to make honeycomb at your home easy peasy. Now honeycomb is proper delicious and it goes with near enough anything in baking. You can have it with a cake, you can have it in ice cream, you can even cover it in chocolate and you've made yourself a Crunchie bar. So anyway, let's crack on with the ingredients so you and I can make this stuff. The ingredients you're going to need to make this honeycomb is as follows, and it is proper simple. In this little pot, I have got 2 teaspoons of bicarbonate of soda. You cannot use baking powder for this, it has to be bicarb, 2 teaspoons. And in this bowl, I have got 200 grams of caster sugar. Now I know normally I say use whatever sugar you want, but trust me, you need caster sugar. Granulated is too thick and it has a real problem melting. And lastly, you need to get your hands on some golden syrup. I think in America and other places you can't get it, but try and get hold of some of this. You can use honey, but it tastes a bit lucky with honey. This stuff is proper banging. Now I know what you're going to say, Simon, what is golden syrup? Well, the answer is it's sugar that's in a syrup that's golden. Now there is some equipment you're going to need to make this stuff, and here's a few little tips for you. Get yourself a saucepan that is rather large, because trust me, once this is bubbling away and you put the bicarb in, it fizzes up, and you do not want this stuff spilling over the top of your saucepan, because your oven will get absolutely filthy. So make sure it's a high top saucepan. You need a spatula, you need a hand whisk, and lastly, you need to line yourself a baking tin. This is just a square one. You can use whatever size you want, but make sure that you line it, because trust me, once this sets, it is a nightmare to get out of a pan, and trust me, I've done it, and I've had to throw pans away. So make sure you line it. Now let's start making this honeycomb. So get your sugar and whop it straight into your saucy pan. Next, it's time to weigh out the 5 tablespoons of the golden syrup. Now trust me, if you've used this stuff before, you will know this stuff is a nightmare to get off spoons. But here's a little top tip for you party peeps. Get your tablespoon and dip it in some oil. And then, when you go to measure it out, it will fall off the spoon and it will not stick to it. That is a top tip in my opinion. And there we go party peeps, that is our sugar and our 5 tablespoons of the golden syrup in our saucepan. Now you want to take all this equipment over to the cooker. So follow me. Come on. Join me over at my cooker and I've got everything to hand. I've got my spatula in the sugary syrupy mixture. I've got my whisk, my pan and my bicarbonate of soda. Now what I've done is I've got the gas on very low heat. And what you want to do is melt all the sugar and the syrup together, and then I shall guide you through the next step. Now after a couple of minutes, the sugar and the golden syrup have all melted, and now you've been left with this sort of like caramel consistency. And what you want to do is let this bubble away. Now a lot of the times people let this bubble, and as soon as they see a bubble they chuck their bicarb in and it goes off and they think, yeah, I've made honeycomb. But what happens is once it's in there and it's gone cold, it goes really rubbery and really flexible, and that is because you haven't let this boil away. But there's a bit of a fine line. How far do you boil it? If you go too far, it will go really brown and it will taste really bitter. But I'll show you when it's ready. This stuff has been bubbling away for about 3 minutes, and as you can see, it's got a lot darker golden colour. Now, when it gets to this stage, whop your heat off, chuck your bicarb in, and give it a stir really quick. And as you can see, it's all fluffed up. Now you want to be quick here. Get it into your pan. And you want to give this a jolly good old clean out. Because trust me, once this goes off, it is a nightmare to get out. And there we go. That's honeycomb. Now, you want to leave this to go completely cool. Do not stick your fingers in this. This is proper hot, and it will literally melt the skin off your fingers. And there we go, party peeps. That is our honeycomb cooling down. It's all bubbling away and doing its thing. Now, as you can see, it is a nice dark golden colour, which is what you want. If it goes too brown, it means you've burnt it and it will taste proper bitter. Now, in the meantime, get your saucepan washed up, sharpish. Trust me, you don't want to leave it to set because you'll be end up throwing it away. And there we go, family lammers. There is my honeycomb all cooled down. And how good does that look? And it is absolutely rock solid. So you know this is going to be crunchy. So let's cut it up and have a look, shall we? Oh yes. And there we go, party peeps. That is my honeycomb. Now it's up to you what you do with it. Personally, if it was me, I'd cover it in chocolate and make a crunchy bar. But for the viewers at home, let's have a taste test. And this is proper crunchy. So this would be like some sort of ASMR sort of thing. That is proper honeycomb. Really crunchy, then it just melts in your mouth and you get those like weird toffee thing afterwards. It's absolutely lush. Babe, what do you think of the honeycomb?
Yeah, it's good.
It is good, but it's so bad for your waistline. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch my video. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up. And until next time, peace out!